Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be talking a little bit more about the GameStop walk-in event that is going on right now. And some locations actually still do go and have stock, so I'm kind of making this video out there to kind of let you guys know, number one, kind of the overall vibes of how everything's gone, how everything's went, and overall it seems like it's been a success. But as well, we actually are still seeing a lot of locations still having stock. So I just want to let you guys know that if you guys are in the big three selected cities, which is New York and up down in Georgia and as well down in Texas, make sure you guys go and check your stores. There's a Best Buy or GameStop website for it. So make sure you guys go and check and see. Some stores are still reporting to have 15, 20, 25 console stock. And as well, some stores are at this point already sold on out. But some of these places, there's probably enough as of now. We kind of talked about this too as well, because with them being bundles, the amount of scalpers and also with them only being in individual areas also does tone down the kind of hecticness and craziness of this restock. But I want to go and talk about it because there's been a lot of interesting stuff as well. And we also have a lot. We actually might even have even more extra videos on the channel today because there is so much stuff going on. So if you guys are all going to sit back, relax, and enjoy, as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Twitter and Twitch stream down below. If you go follow up the Twitter and Twitch stream for sure. And sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100. You guys go get free stacking of your money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. And let's dive into this video itself. So the first major big news is if you guys are seeing this and you guys are in those 3 select states I told you guys about, the walk-in events for quite a few locations actually. So it's enough where it's it's worth it for me to go mention this, or you guys go check and see your stores and all that good stuff. Go to your local stores if you guys are in those areas. It seemed like almost every single GameStop, say in New York or say up and around the upper middle Texas area, for all that stuff, it seemed like there was a lot of stock. We've seen so many actual numbers too as well, and we've mentioned this before, so even a picture up here on Twitter on a lot of these locations actually had very, very big numbers of stock. I kept on saying it's around the 40 to 60 range depending on the store. So even pictures on over here basically saying here's the lines and all the overall stock. So this is not as big of a Best Buy restock because, as you guys have probably heard me mention, it's only in select cities and it's also bundles. So I'm sure you guys know scalpers are not the most, they don't really want the bundles so much, because if you have to go pay $705 plus tax, and then you also have this weird stuff like the extra controller, the GameStop gift cards, etc., it's a lot harder for them to resell. And as well, it's just, you have to wait in line, you have to worry about it, you have to physically drive there instead of having to just ship to your house, and a lot more people are more so just wanting a pure console, whether it's for the PS5 or whether it's for the Xbox. But as you guys can even see from a lot of the various pictures we've seen throughout the community, the stock has been very big. So the numbers that we are still seeing for quite a few stores, now of course, maybe go and call your local GameStop store if you guys are in those 3 select cities that we've been talking about, but it does actually seem like quite a few of them still have stock. We've seen people as early as even 30 minutes ago be like, hey, I just walked to my GameStop store, walked straight in, got my console, and even the employees were saying that there was still stock left. So if you guys want to go and check and see, this is kind of like my reminder video for you guys. And it has been kind of an intriguing video on it because we've seen kind of mixed kind of things. So some areas, especially the more dense areas, especially in New York, they actually had a lot of folks, a lot of people out there that were waiting overnight and waiting in lines. And we actually did go and see a lot of folks over here that were just all sitting in line, over here. So this is over here from Real Says over here. We actually use over number 21, 25 minutes before they open. Just so you guys can see the rough idea of it's basically about to open. That's basically when a lot of the stock should be flooding on in, and at that point there were still only 21 people within it. So I mean, I'm sure a few people throughout the day so far have probably picked it on up, but the ride or dies over there, they pretty much got the initial stock. But as you guys are seeing, we've already most of the stores, they have 40 to 60 console and bundles. So even just casual walk-in people may be I kind of want a PS5, but it's kind of expensive. So they may actually may not go pick it up. So what we've seen the lines, we've been seeing people over there, and with all the people that have been sitting in the lines, they had pretty decent size. I'll be honest, a lot of folks actually have been sitting here waiting for their consoles. 20 people, especially in some random cities over here with not a lot of media attention. For the Best Buy restock drop, there was basically just a lot of news articles, Kotaku articles, IGN articles, stuff like that. This one is still getting attention, don't get me wrong. But as I mentioned, I think a lot more people, scalpers and normal folks alike, more so just prefer getting a normal individual console than having like the GameStop bundles with all the bloatware tied on in. But we've been seeing, like I said, we've seen people even as of like 20, 30 minutes before, right before I started making this video, that had a chance to like stop by at their lunch break for these local GameStop stores, and they had a chance to get their console. So this is kind of my reminder that call your store, and usually too, this is kind of like the big one, since these areas are in like specific states, say for New York, just go and check a few of the stores that are around you. Maybe the one that's like, say 5 miles away, the next one's like a 15 miles away. Maybe give them a quick call and be like, hey, I heard there's an event going on. Like, do you guys have any stock still? And I'm sure if you guys were to call like 2 or 3 different stores, you'll most likely be able to go and get a console and a bundle. So just letting you guys know, we start seeing some pretty good stock. But of course, when it comes to these like events and walking events, some locations are already sold out. But that's why I just said, if for some odd reason your local store is sold out, just go and check, go give a nice casual call and ask around. And I think with how many stores are doing these, I think it was actually upwards of over 50 stores just throughout these states. You're very, very likely to go get a console. You may have to drive a little bit, but it does seem extremely, extremely likely. But if any of you guys actually were a part of this drop, I actually saw quite a few people up on Twitter over here. Like, they sent me pictures, they sent me photos and all this type of stuff. And we've just seen a lot of folks over here. Like, even here's like Crown City over here who actually just had put out this picture. People sent up in lines. And it's crazy. And just like, there's just a lot of folks actually that are still trying to go and get their consoles and just kind of go and vibe, which I think is awesome. I'm happy people are getting their consoles and just enjoying them. It is a little bit, like I said before, it's not the best because they are bundles, but the fact that the stock is still there, the drop's going pretty smoothly. There wasn't any crazy lines how it was for Best Buy, which, by the way, Best Buy drop was kind of a crazy drop itself. We'll probably have another video on Best Buy later on throughout today. But this is awesome. So if you guys went to the drop, feel free to tweet at me, leave a message on me. I'll send you some pictures of this. We saw quite a few of them up on Twitter. As well as, like I said, reminder, go and check your stores. Go kind of bounce around some stores. We are still seeing people getting stock as of even right now. So it probably should be good throughout the rest of the day. Maybe on your lunch breaks or maybe just in general. I mean, it's kind of a little late for a lunch break, but you guys know what I mean. Or maybe go and swing by after work if you guys are in those 3 region areas, like in Georgia, Texas, and New York. And if you guys need to, just go and check the GameStop website, and they have the list of all the available stores and zip codes for those local areas. And kind of my little wind down comment for this, I personally hope we keep on seeing more of these walk-ins. We've had many different reports that say the Best Buy one and also this GameStop drop is kind of like just a trial error to go and like be like, hey, is it worth it? Is it worth getting the stock? Is it like, are people going to be crazy? Fights breaking out, stuff like that. And so far, we haven't seen any major crazy issues. I think the only big issue so far, and this kind of happened with Best Buy too as well, is that some employees out there were giving it like the pamphlets and like slips because they just want to have people overnight. And I do believe some places did have some cops go get called because like they just didn't want people on like, you know, big city ground or like a place like this overnight, like literally in the city itself. Like, well, it's not, you guys know what I mean, like, like more of like a metropolitan area overnight. So that was a little bit of issue because some cops did go up to people that were waiting and they did have them be like, hey, go home. Like, it's 2 o'clock here. Why are you sitting outside this business? What's going on? And even whenever people were like, hey, no, there's like an event going on. We don't want to lose our place online, stuff like that. There were actually quite a few police members that were called and they're like, hey, no, just go home. So that is one kind of big issue. And the same issue with the employees also giving out the pamphlets and the slips too as well, which of course, like I'm on the middle for it. I kind of feel like if people, it's like weird because it wasn't like the craziest drop as I mentioned for Best Buy. But at the same time, like, what is someone who was literally there at 12 and had to go home and then they maybe missed their spot? Or maybe like lines reformed at 4 a.m. after they said the employees to go home. So like it was kind of one of those like kind of weird grounds. I'm sure you guys can understand. But at least on the bright side, as we mentioned, we were still seeing people getting their consoles. Although for every region, I don't think we saw almost a single PlayStation 5 Digital. And as well, and we kind of said this before, we also didn't see any Xbox Series X's. And of course, if you guys need to, quick reminder, if you guys do go and get these, I do believe you can return most of the items if you guys have your receipt. So think like maybe more like a controller or a game you guys don't want. I do believe we have been seeing reports of people able to go and return them. So overall, this drop went really good. If you guys were a part of it, or you guys can't wait for the next walk-in restock event, feel free to leave a comment down below. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock and free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. They're always linked down below. I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Love you guys.